A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Nolin Ebel-Ame with the news. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Muhammad Musa Bello, has presented the FCT 2022 budget proposal of 64.8 billion naira before the National Assembly Joint Committee on FCT, tagged National Priority Capital Budget. The minister disclosed that the budget is geared towards completing critical projects both in the federal capital city and the satellite towns. Shaibu Nosi Yakubu reports.
Some of the critical priority projects captured in the FCT 2022 budget proposals include the construction of the 14-kilometer Pape-Shere-Galiu Road to ensure a successful resettlement of original inhabitants in 16 communities, the implementation of the Abuja rail mass transit from the Bazango to the Kuba station, as well as the completion of the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project to enhance potable water in the FCT.
The absence of critical infrastructure such as roads, water and electricity have made it impossible for us to even commence the resettlement, and any delay in doing so will lead to the vandalization and eventual degradation of the buildings already constructed at the cost of millions of naira.
We are profiling families and communities to see those who are actually beneficiaries and those who are yet to be, beneficiaries, like the instance of the Shere-Galiu and those relocating there. That is already detailed in the function.
Chairman Senate Committee on FCT Abubakar Kyari assures of timely implementation of the budget to fast-track development in the territory.
The committee, through its oversight duty, will strongly support or complement the efforts of the Honourable Minister in the fight against corruption and any administrative anomalies like misappropriation of funds or misapplication of the laws as the case may be.
Other members of the committee suggested other areas the FCT administration should give more priority. Shaibu Nosi Yakubu, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has stepped into the national push to end open defecation and improve hygiene practices for all residents of the territory. Performing the official declaration of a state of emergency in water sanitation and hygiene WASH, the FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliu revealed that 39.4% of the FCT population practice open defecation, just as she described it as alarming and unacceptable. Ifeanyi Ezumba has details.
We have the royal fathers to give you all the support.
The 6 area council chairmen signing to demonstrate their commitment to end open defecation. In the battle against open defecation, the FCT administration established the Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, RUWASA, as the coordinating body for water sanitation and hygiene activities in the FCT. The Minister of State FCT, Ramatu Tijani Aliu, stressed the commitment of the administration in meeting the open defecation-free ODF target before the national set date of 2025.
With the energy FCT asserts in every duty assigned, owning WASH itself and making it an integral part of us will make us win this challenge, and we'll be waiting for your prize, for we shall attain it by 2020. Perhaps with the fear of sounding, challenging to Mr. President's own state that has taken the lead, Katsina and Jigawa, FCT will soon overtake confidently. But this is the state that is being led by the Nigerian's ambassador of WASH herself.
The Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, affirmed that the country was making steady progress in meeting the objective of ending open defecation by 2025 and improving sustainable access to sanitation and hygiene.
We now have 71 open defecation-free LGAs in the country, and additional LGAs are undergoing the ODF validation process using the national protocol developed by the National Task Force on Sanitation.
Do a self-assessment to review whether you are among the 47 million. Let us look at it this way. Have you suddenly been pressed outside in the evening? You look around, there is no toilet. You just look for one corner and then ease nature. Has it happened to you in the last 6 months? If your answer is yes, you have engaged in open defecation.
The administration says it has also inaugurated a high-powered committee for the assessment and replacement of about 1,000 water compartment toilets, as well as repair of vandalized boreholes across the 6 area councils and their public schools. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Esumba, NT News.
And talking health, figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) as at 9th November 2021 indicates 13 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of confirmed cases stand at 23,379, while active cases now 2,072, and the number of discharged cases stands at 21,085, and 222 deaths have been recorded in the Federal Capital Territory. In other news, occupants of the illegal motor parks and shanties in Zuba, Gwagwalada Area Council, are still counting their losses after the FCT Ministerial Task Team stormed the community and pulled down the affected structures. Shaibu Noziakubu tells us more.
For those who are familiar with the popular Nkoge garage in Zuba, will bear witness to the heavy gridlock experience as a result of activities around the illegal motor parks on daily basis. This ugly development does not only cause untold hardship to motorists and other road users plying the road, but also create hideouts for criminals, which inform the cleanup exercise by the FCT Ministerial Tax Team on city sanitation.
The minister is not so comfortable with the abuse, the rape of the plan of the interchange. The interchange ought to be green, purely green, beautifully green by aesthetics of the city, but the Zuba interchange was converted into a transport hub just to help the northbound passengers, and sadly it became like a shanty. It became like a plantain market with some very not unused plantain stem dumped everywhere. So the minister asked us to come here and reclaim Zuba for him, and we came today massively to reclaim Zuba.
The tax team, however, disclosed that the Department of Parks and Recreation will take over the area after the exercise for proper management and utilization.
Parks and Recreation, either they come in as a department, or they go in collaboration with the private sector to develop the 2 locations. And that's the only way that we can keep away the miscreants and other illegal activities from taking place within these 2 locations that we have removed or evacuated.
We don't have money to rent shop. When you enter inside Suba now, they pay 250,000 naira for shop. We don't have money for shop. Now here we did the mileage.
It is hoped that with the exercise, sanity will be restored to the area as motorists will now enjoy free flow of movement. Shuaibu Onozeaku, NT News.
The newly reconstituted Board of Investment Property Development Company of the Abuja Municipal Area Council has been charged to reposition the organization. AMAC Chairman Abdullahi Adamu Candido gave the charge at a meeting in Abuja. Deborah Gazajimaika reports.
Handing over the organization to the board to manage for growth and development, Abdullah Adamu Candido desire acceleration of progress of the establishment, which has not yielded the desired results since inaugurated 5 years ago.
Having introduced the new team led by Obj here seems to be the new face. We deliberately asked the lady and to repeat the class.
Managing Director Obaje David commended the staff of the organization, which he says have been of good cheer, hoping that he continues to enjoy their support during the period of service. Obaje revealed the business plan which is underway to revive the establishment. Deborah Gazajimaika, NTA News.
Stakeholders in the FCT's transport sector are built to regulate activities of e-cab, hailing service providers and motorcycle operators to effectively harness innovative technology and digital solutions to manage public transportation for efficiency, professionalism and sanitation in the sector. This came to fore at a workshop presided over by the Director of Road Traffic Services, Aliu Wadata Bodinga. Asabetanimu Williams, a report.
Innovation always precedes regulation everywhere in the world. It is usually a matter of time before regulation eventually catches up for taxi hailing business in Abuja. Regulatory authorities are sensitizing operators on global best practices to safeguard lives and ensure obedience to road signs through awareness seminars like this one, where interaction centers on efforts to improve working relationship.
Keke Napep and Okada are not known to the Abuja Transportation Master Plan, but they are a child of necessity, and government will not look away to bring in difficulties. So we believe that where those things are necessary outside the city, but you can agree with me that there is nowhere in the city where those things are necessary. There are other means of transportation, but in the outskirts and area council where they are necessary, we are going down there to make sure that we regulate them for security purpose and for safety of commuters.
The Secretariat department has taken today, along with the VIO, will go a long way in addressing the issues we have in the FCT.
Road safety is critical to business and human survival, hence the need for all hands to be on deck.
Talking to you, you know, Nasarawa actually share border with the FCT. And whatever we do here, without taking care of that place, definitely the boomerang will still be on us here. That is the truth. But as you have said now, the minister, I know, is aware of all these things. I'm sure he's going to work hand in hand with the governor to see how some of these things can be improved upon.
When you say stakeholders, it means everybody who uses the road is involved, including women and children who go to school. They use the road. So everybody is a stakeholder. That is.
Participants also called for more synergy with security authorities to rid the roads of criminals, as crime poses a major threat to smooth operatives. Asabetanimu Williams, NCA News.
Harnessing all areas of the academics to achieve successful learning and impact in the face of COVID-19 and security challenges were brought to the fore during the 35th Annual Congress of the Nigerian Academy of Education held at the University of Abuja. Aena J. Auta reports.
The 35th Annual Congress of the Nigerian Academy of Education in the University of Abuja featured speech from the FCT Minister, Muhammad Musa Bello, who was represented by the Acting Secretary, FCT Education Secretariat, Leramo Abdul Razak.
The Honorable Minister congratulated them for the successful Congress and also seek their collaboration for development of education in the FCT.
Even the lecture given here today is such a powerful lecture because it went into methodology. It was so specific.
Keynote speaker Professor Ben Akpan made known the effect of collaborative education system in the era of COVID-19 and the 21st century as a whole. There was conferment of honorary fellowship awards on some individuals who have made marks in the sands of time as far as the academia is concerned. There was also induction of new members of the academy as well as fellows and launch of journals.
It is really an indeed gratifying moment whenever you are called or recognized or distinguished by particularly very respected group like the Nigerian Academy of Education.
I feel great for being recognized by this great Nigerian Academy of Education because education is a pillar for every developed nation.
It also featured goodwill messages from various stakeholders. This year's Education Academic theme, Science, Technology, engineering, arts and mathematics, and collaborative education in post-COVID-19 and the 21st century. Ayenaji Auta, NTA News.
If you just joined us, this is the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. We'll pause here for some messages. Stay with us.
Move now! The red light won't kill you! Move now!
To dey disobey traffic law, they cause accidents. Me, I don't talk, say I no go dey do am again because change begins with me.
Let's cross the other side of the road.
I will no longer endanger my life crossing the express. Instead, I will use the bridge because change begins with me.
Oga driver, stop this bus now, won't come down. I be one carry me past where they go.
Make I dey stop anyhow for road, they cause traffic wahala and accidents. So I go dey stop for the right bus stop because change begins with me.
Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Thank you for rejoining us on the news at 1 p.m. Let's talk security now. In the last couple of weeks, FCT residents witnessed various attempts to breach security in the nation's capital. With this development, residents have exercised worries and are appealing to the police and other concerned stakeholders to be responsive through proactive policing. Elias Sonotu Yakubu in this report takes a look at the situation.
Insecurity in recent time has become a major issue of concern amongst the populace. A situation which has left no particular location or people unvisited, with kidnapping, one chance and disruption of public peace, especially on the wild cards. In addressing these challenges, residents advocate the need to strengthen capacity for proactive response as well as synergy between security agencies and the people they serve to aid quick realization of target objectives.
You see private vehicles with tinted glass, they are the ones, they will come up as if they are private cars, maybe tell you that they are just doing this commercial driving just to make ends meet, and you never knew that these are one chance people.
There are a lot of crimes that have been committed in that place by hoodlums, mostly at night. Sometime from 7, 8, 9 in the night.
Most of the times, some guys may just feel like terrorizing the place, but you don't know where they come from. They will just come and make some kind of noise and do something like fighting, and they go away without you knowing where they come from.
Everybody, even a small Peking here today, is afraid. Our security here is one small, this dog here is our security. And once he starts to bark, everybody will peep from the window and come out.
But the police in FCT says it is working round the clock in order to ensure that the environment is safe through the deployment of requisite manpower and apparatuses.
Proactive measures always is the best rather than reactive measures. Proactive is that members of the public, they have to be conscious of their environment. They have to be security conscious of themselves. If they see something unusual, they should raise alarm. If they see something, they should say something, and not until when something happens.
Security has never been better, and policing never easier with the NPF Rescue Me app.
To further strengthen ease of access to police service delivery to the people, the police has introduced a mobile application called NPF Rescue Me for individuals to report emergency security situations for quick response.
All we do here is to respond to quick emergencies, and we have such as burglary, kidnap, domestic violence, as well as providing services for ambulance. We have a Rescue Me application, the NPF Rescue Me application, which enables us to attend to your emergency. We have officers on standby for dispatch.
The police say proper use of the app will further curb perceived delay in response to security threats across the country. Ilyasu Notuya Kobo, NTA News.
Similarly, as the year gradually winds down with a beehive of activities, the FCT Police Command says it has introduced a new mobile application to enhance prompt response and rescue. Tessie Omeri reports that the Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Josephine Ade, enjoined members of the public to take advantage of the application while on a security check program called the Police on NTA Abuja.
The introduction of the mobile application known as NPF Rescue Me app, according to the Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Josephine Ade, is for more effective tracking of criminals on crime scene, given the design of the application.
You just have to click on your app, and it takes pictures around. And once you click on that app, we will locate you. We are calling on members of the public also to be conscious of their environments.
While shedding more light on the application, Inspector Isaac Oga, who joined via telephone, said for easy access to the application, members of the public must have active email address.
This app is available on the Play Store for download on your Android, and it's equally available on the iOS store for download. What the application does is this. It gives you a feeling of having a policeman and a police station in your pocket.
The command is assuring residents of safety during the Ember months, even as it calls on them to be proactive in their own personal safety measures, taking note of some black spots.
With our efforts out there, as you see the results, and I am sure the criminal elements around the FCT, we know that there's no hiding place for you out there in FCT anymore.
The PPRO enumerated some of the breakthroughs recorded in recent times in the FCT, attributing it to intelligence-led policing and the cooperation of residents. Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
Away from security to other news now, a 3-day capacity building workshop to boost the knowledge of members of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations FCT chapter with the theme Harnessing Diversity for Nation Building, the Public Relations Perspective, is ongoing in Abuja. Hawa Gimba reports that the workshop has participants from various organizations.
Create a positive image where none exists.
The workshop for professional public relations officers and communications executive is aimed at broadening the knowledge of participants for effective public relations. In his paper presentation, Paradigms of PR Measurement and Evaluation, Dr. Ike Ikechukwu dwells extensively on the importance of public relations in nation building.
Let them understand that public relations is not advertisement. Let them also know that public relations outcome is measurable.
Former Director of Information, Nigerian Army, now Public Relations Consultant, Brigadier General Sani Usman, retired, says, because crises can make or mar, organizations, therefore, must be handled properly.
We are also looking at crisis communication. To what extent can you mitigate incidences when they occur to, maybe enhance the image or reputation of your organization?
And there is no better time than now to harness that diversity.
We can have different states, we have different organizations, but we have one country.
In this day and age, there are PR skills, but you need to understand the ones that are functional.
Chairman NIPR FCT chapter Mariam Sunusi urged members to tap from the wealth of experience and the workshop and excel.
If we are able to put these differences together in a positive way, I think Nigeria will be better for it.
The 3-day capacity building workshop is expected to enhance members' knowledge in effective communication for national growth. Hawagimba, NTA News.
And talking sports, England are looking to confirm their World Cup place this month, while Scotland and Wales are hoping to seal playoff spots, and Barcelona offering Dembele contract based on games played. Let's join Asabe Tanimu Williams for more on Sports Brief.
Final 2 rounds of the European qualifiers start on Thursday, with Denmark and Germany the only 2 teams who have already booked their place in Qatar. The winners of each group go through automatically, with 10 runners-up joining 2 Nations League teams, where 3 further places are up for grabs. Meanwhile, Barcelona will offer French winger Ousmane Dembele a contract that pays him generously if he plays, but will reduce his pay if he does not feature. The La Liga have not been able to use Dembele as much as they wanted to since he sustained injury from Borussia Dortmund due to long-term injuries. In tennis, Novak Djokovic wraps up end-of-year world #1 spots after winning the Paris Masters tournament on Sunday. With Sports Brief, Asabe Tanimu Williams, NTA News.
The Sports Brief there concludes the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Do remember to take your COVID-19 vaccine and adhere strictly to safety protocols to keep safe. That's the news. I am Nolin Ebel Ame. See you at 7 p.m. Good afternoon.